Hello, my name is Kurt, and today I will be talking about why you should consider pipe and cigar smoking no matter how old you are. Now, pardon my appearance because I just got out of the shower, but while I was in the shower, I was thinking about how a lot of young people are very self-conscious about their image and about how they look and all this stuff, and especially when it comes to this hobby of pipe and cigar smoking. And I have to admit that I was pretty self-conscious in the beginning too. I said, oh, I'm 21, 22, I'm gonna look kind of weird or stupid, walking around with a pipe, and it's not very modern. I'll get strange looks, and who knows what people will say or think or whatever. But you know, my love for high quality tobacco products kind of um, overlap that. I just threw that out of my head, and I'm like, I love good cigars. I love good pipe tobacco, and nothing could compare to that. I tried luxury brand cigarettes. I tried all this fancy stuff, and it all sucks in comparison to really good pipe tobacco or a really good cigar, because I tried luxury cigarettes and they taste good, but there's the paper and it's not the same thing. It's a 10-minute experience, whereas a cigar is like, ranging from an hour more. Same with pipe. It could be a pipe could be as long as you want it, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on your pipe size or how long you want to keep going, you know what I mean? Which is a beautiful thing. It's a very relaxing and like I said, I saw how much relaxation and pleasure just cigars and pipes gave to me in my life. So I said, I'm not going to care about what other people think or perceive, and I'm going to get that whole blockage out of my head, and I'm just going to do what I love, because that's what life is about. Then, a lot of people say, oh, there's a stereotype that pipe smoking is for old men or something like that. And this is pretty ridiculous, because there's no age limit on any hobby whatsoever. You could do whatever you want, just enjoy it. You know what I mean? And when you think about it, it's like, how do you think these old men, these old gentlemen started off? Like, they didn't just like come out of nowhere. They started pipe smoking when they were like 18, 16, 20. They were pipe smokers when they were young, and that carried on through their whole lives, and they're still kind of doing it in their old age because they enjoy it. It's not just something that popped out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But the way society's heading nowadays, and technology's advancing and all this stuff, it's like things from an older time kind of look like silly. Now we have vapes and e-liquids and all this crazy stuff. And to be honest, I tried like vaping for a little bit, and it's just so, to me, it's absolutely no comparison. It's to me, I just do not like vaping at all. It's like breathing in warm flavored air that tastes like watermelon. Um, you know, it's just impossible to compare it to a real good cigar. Like, there's a lot of cigarette smokers that go into vaping, and they're like, oh yeah, it's so much better, I enjoy it. Yeah, okay, maybe cigarette smoking, because cigarette smoking is kind of not the most kind of pleasurable taste and experience in general. But find me a vape juice or whatever that tastes like Arturo Fuente cigar, or find me a vape juice that tastes like a really good English blend. Find me something that tastes like Escudo Navy Deluxe. Find me an e-liquid that tastes like, you know, you know, Latakia Flake, or what have you. It's just not happening. It's a completely different experience. And as technology progresses, these things will kind of progress. And I just it's just nice to just do what you enjoy without worrying about it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I did get a lot of stares when I do get a lot of stares when I pipe smoke in public, or cigar smoke in public. But let me tell you something from personal experience. It attracts a lot of ladies. And these are young chicks too. You're talking about 16, 18, 22, and this is speaking from personal experience. Like I said, just walking around, and just some girl, oh, is that a pipe? Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, that's so cool, I never saw that before, blah, blah, blah. And then they kind of start flirting with you, and then it develops kind of a communication. So, you know why this happens? Because once you transcend the whole blockage of, oh, I'm gonna look stupid, I'm gonna look silly, I'm too young for this. Once you just walk around with a pipe in your mouth, like in modern times, um, it exudes an aura of confidence. It's like everybody like kind of stares at it, like, look at this dude, like what the hell, like, it's like I said, especially if it's if somebody sees a young person kind of doing that, they're like, what the hell, like some 20 something year old dude just like smoking pipe in public, and what is this about, whatever. It just shocks a lot of people, and this is that confidence factor. It attracts a lot of people. um, so like I'm telling you, especially if you kind of smoke aromatics in public, it'll attract a lot of ladies. I had a couple of girls come up to me numerous occasions. Oh, that smells really nice, blah 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 blah. And then not so much with cigars, to be honest. With cigars, I only had one occasion where a young girl came up to me. She was like 18 years old, and she was like, "Oh, my father smokes cigars when he plays poker with his friends or something like that, and I really enjoy the smell of it and this and that." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever." And you start a conversation, so that's really nice. But so far, cigars do not attract as much attention, kind of, as pipes, and it's probably for a reason, because cigars are still like kind of not considered a big deal. They're still kind of rare among the young audience, but it's not as out. It's not as interesting looking as a young person with a pipe. So, like I said, follow your passion, follow what you love doing, and just do it. Just enjoy it, because, like I said, how do you think those old gentlemen started off pipe smoking? As young lads, they were 18, they picked it up, and it was considered normal back then, but now it's maybe not considered very, there's a very low percentage of people that smoke pipe in general here in America. Um, so just, like I said, the younger generation has to be we have to kind of be the ones that carry on this hobby, because if it just fades away, it just goes away, then it'll be so much history and so much beauty just completely destroyed by whatever. Just, I don't believe that it's ever going to completely fade away and ever be completely forgotten. But it's rising sort of in popularity. But I think it should just be considered. Just consider trying it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. It's not for you. But don't let anything stop you from not trying it. Don't think you're gonna look stupid. Don't think your friends are gonna make fun of you or this and that. Because, like I said, it attracts a lot of attention. Your friends might be like, "Oh man, I never saw one of those things before. Can I try it? This and that," and it might get them into the hobby. You know what I mean? So never disregard anything. Um, and yeah, like I said, the way technology is increasing and all this stuff, vapes and all this stuff, it just, like I said, I don't feel it's for me. Like, a lot of other younger people just seem to be enjoying it, and following that type of thing. They love vapes. Vaping is awesome to them or whatever. But to me, it's like, kind of do not enjoy it at all. And like I said, when technology progresses even more, like, who knows what they'll come up with, next. But I'll still be there enjoying my pipe and my cigar, because nothing compares to that, and nothing ever will. Period. This is why it's sticked around for so many years, and it'll continue to stick around. It has been around since ancient times, and it's gonna keep on being around, because, like I said, you cannot compare a fine quality cigar to any sort of vape. I don't care if you paid $1,000 for that vape and you have like luxury e-juice that costs like $100 per like vape or something. It's just completely different experience, and I would not want to trade that experience for anything. This is why I don't care. I do not care about my appearance or anything. I love cigars because I love cigars. I love pipes because I love pipes, and I don't let anything or anyone stop me. And it's a very beautiful hobby, and it's not habitual, because if you're talking about cigarettes, it's like, you go through a pack, especially with the increasing prices of cigarettes and all that. You go through a pack for like $10, and it's like it's a rush and all this stuff, and it's not the same as just buying a really nice cigar like once a week, and just sitting down for like 1 hour or 2 hours and just completely relaxing, enjoying, putting on some really nice music, having yourself a really nice drink, whether you drink beer or whether you drink freaking iced tea or whatever, and just chill out, relax, and let the world kind of pass you by once in a while. You know what I mean? It's not like cigarettes where you kind of rush through it. Oh, I have to get my fix or whatever. Pipes and cigars that require time. This is why I do not even bother, um, you know, lighting up a pipe or a cigar when I don't have time. You need to set aside time. It needs to be your relaxation time, and it needs time dedicated to it. You know what I mean? And maybe a lot of younger people are kind of impatient too. Maybe this is one of the reasons why a lot of young people don't get into it too, because you gotta, pack it right, and you have to tamp it, and you have to, after you're finished, you have to clean out the pipe and make sure everything's okay. It's just a lot of work that goes into it. And a lot of people just don't have patience nowadays. It's just a very quick moving society, very quick moving environment. And when a young person gets tongue bite once or twice, they're like, screw this, it fucking sucks or whatever. But they never gave it time and consideration. Oh, maybe it's a wrong blend, or oh, maybe I should perfect my technique, maybe I should change something. Like maybe I should work on my personal kind of technique before I disregard the hobby in general. But no, people are just like, they buy, Captain Black and shove it in the corn cob and then just fire it up and get massive tongue bite over and over again. And they're like, oh, this is terrible. I'm never going to do that stuff. Whatever, it sucks. Blah, blah, blah. How can people do this? It's because, you know, it's just a lot of confusion that goes into it. But if you have patience, if you have, like, dedication, then it is a really beautiful thing, because it'll last you years, it'll last you a lifetime. You could pick up a pipe when you're 20, and you could have that same pipe when you're freaking 70, you know. You can't say that you can't say that with cigarettes, because you smoke it, you're done, you throw it out, that's it. It doesn't stay. But that pipe will accumulate memories. You'll be walking around the city, and a pretty girl talks to you when you're like 23 or something, and then when you're 40 and you're smoking that same pipe, you'll be like, oh, I remember when I was like 20 something, and then this woman came up to me, and then she complimented me on my pipe and this and that. And see, those kind of memories stick. And I remember every single time I smoked my pipe, and I remember every single cigar I ever smoked. But I do not remember every single cigarette I smoked in my life. I do not remember every snuff or snooze or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So, it's a beautiful thing. So, do not be afraid. Uh, you know, I got over it. So, just embrace what you enjoy. Give it a shot. If you wanted to try it, try it. If you want to do it, do it. That's my advice. Take care.